come from a study called the Age-Related Eye Disease Study. And these look at patients who already have dry macular degeneration. And what we found is that there's certain mixture of vitamins that in very particular doses can slow down the progression. And that's one of the things, like a lot of problems in medicine, where there's still no cure for. And unfortunately, macular degeneration is a common problem. We usually normally recommend them for those. Now, for a general, day-to-day, usually a multivitamin is going to have enough. And if you eat your spinach and your broccoli and your vegetables, as your parents always told
you to do. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And going along with that, gluten is also, they always say vitamin A. You never see rabbits with glasses, so they're always eating carrots with a lot of vitamin A.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that true?
Well, it's the beta-carotene, which is helpful for the retina. Correct. Yeah.
That's also helpful for that too.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, whatever prompted you to even get into this field in the first place? You could have went a lot of directions.
Well, that's true. And in fact, when I was in medical school, when I started out, I had no plans on doing ophthalmology. I really,
Really?
I knew it was about the eyes, and that was about it. And that's true. I was going to originally go into primary care. True story. What happened was we had to do a rural medicine rotation. So in the mid '90s, there was, recognizing there was a shortage of primary care doctors. So a lot of medical schools wanted people to go to primary care. So we had to do a 3-month rural medicine rotation. I went to medical school in Missouri, and there was a small town called Clinton, Missouri, 6,000 people. But they had a nice medical center there.
Okay.
I spent most of my time delivering babies, doing a lot of OB, which I never liked, even though I have 5 children. And then,
and you could have just delivered your kids at home.
No, I don't want to.
Save all that money.
But we did a lot of time in just in general medical floors. Well, honestly, to try to get out of doing less time on the OB wing, I went to the director of medical education. I knew there was an ophthalmologist there, and I said, I'd like to spend a little bit of time with them just to see what they do. And so I spent a few days. I was able to spend 3 weeks there. And the great guy, Dr. Louis Monaco is his name. I'm friends with him this day. And after the first couple of days, it was very interesting, I thought. It was just a fascinating field. The nice thing about ophthalmology is everything is the internist knows, we need to know. And then on top of that, we know everything about the eye itself. But the thing that really sealed the deal for me was on the 3rd day I was with him, I saw him do cataract surgery. I thought it was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. It was just a fascinating operation. And then seeing the patients in the office the next day, when you see somebody who literally can't see the chart, and then they can take off, the patch the next day and they can see it. That right there, I was like, I want to do that. It's
pretty rewarding.
It's really a fascinating thing to be able to do that. So.
Oh yeah. Well, in your field or in your period of time, is there anything you'd want people to know, or instructions of how to take care of your eyes or anything like that?
Well, I think in general, I think just being aware of the risk factors. If you're diabetic, please get your eyes checked at least once a year. You should see an ophthalmologist and take a look. A lot of these problems can.
I was going to say, what camera is that? Because I want them to get that part.
Yeah. If you have a family history, if your parents have macular degeneration or glaucoma, get checked. There's a lot of problems that, are sometimes fairly silent in nature. Glaucoma, as it progresses, can sometimes cause damage before somebody realizes it. And then there are some things that we cannot reverse, some things we can. But it's always good to just, be aware of, your family history, if there's certain problems. If your occupation, even if you were just at home working on your car, if your occupation, if you're, grinding material, even cutting the grass. We see a lot of people sometimes with just projectiles from weed whackers. They're, wear your eye protection. There's a lot of preventable injuries that, you just wear your safety eyewear. It can make a world of difference. So.
Yeah, that will save it.
Yeah.
So at your practice, do you take insurance?
Yeah, so we see, what I always tell people to make it simple, basically whatever your insurance is that you see your primary care doctor with, that's what you're going to use for us, And, we're on basically all health insurances. Probably the most common ones are Medicare, just because we see a lot of patients in that age group. We see everything from Anthem, the Medical Mutual, to Aetna and United Healthcare, and really.
What if they don't have insurance? Then what?
Well, we don't turn anyone down, and that's if someone needs care, we'll take care of them, and we have private payment plans depending on what level of service they need. There's ways that we provide that for them. We don't turn anybody away. That's not why
Well, that's amazing. And he's right here in Brunswick. Isn't that great? Well, good. Well, I appreciate you coming to the show today and give us a little bit of knowledge on how to take care of those eyes.
My pleasure.
almost everything I look at, I'm using my eyes.
Well, it's one of those things, yeah. We use it daily. It's important. So.
Somebody said about 80% of what you learn comes through your eyes.
Well, it's important sense.
Pretty important.
Pretty important, absolutely.
Well, good.
So,
well, thanks for coming to the show today.
Well, thank you, Tim. It's my pleasure.
All right, and thanks for watching. Appreciate you tuning in, and hang on because we have a jewelry store is going to be coming on next.
I believe that home is where your pet is.
And that loving an animal means never giving up on them, never letting them go.
I believe that when you spay or neuter your pets, you help decrease the number of homeless animals.
Because every dog and cat deserves a place to call home.
I believe that I found my best friend at a shelter. And you can too.
We believe that together with Best Friends Animal Society,
We can bring about a time when there are no more homeless pets.
visit ambassadors.bestfriends.org.
So welcome back. So for my next guest, we have a pretty exciting thing for this time of year. Let me tell you, I'm pretty enthused about this. It's a jewelry store, brand new jewelry store here in the area, and you're on Center Avenue.
Yes, I am.
This is Chris Corder, and the name of the jewelry store is Corder's Jewelry.
That's right.
Now, whatever possessed you to open up a furniture store? That's what I used to do, a jewelry store.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for having me tonight.
Well, thanks for coming here.
I am really excited.
I know it's short
about-
notice, but
I'm really excited about this. Well, you know what possessed me to do that is I've been in the business for, I don't know, 11 years now, and going in and out of the big jewelry stores and things like that, I decided to look into a mom and pop jewelry store.
okay.
So, you know, we did our studies and we found that the beautiful city of Brunswick had such a great opportunity for economic growth that I had to find this city. So
That was going to be my question. Being the economic development guy, I was going to say, why Brunswick?
It is. Our study showed that, it's just a fantastic city. And our location is right off of Center Street. It's 3841 Center Street. And of course, it's right in the middle between Strongsville and Medina.
Okay.
So it's just perfect. You have 71 traveling north and south, and it's just a perfect location. And this is what I love to do. My family loves to do it. So I want to pass on. I'm excited. I'm really passionate about
Now, in a former life, I heard that you were a policeman.
this. Yes, I was. Many years.
Okay.
I was with a police officer in San Diego, California.
Wow.
San Diego County. Did that for many years.
There's no crime there, is there?
Oh.
It's just beautiful weather. It's just beautiful weather.
The weather's gorgeous.
Yeah,
the
I've
weather
been
is
there.
fantastic. But if we had all night, boy, I could put you to sleep with the stories, and I could probably wake you up with some horror stories. But yeah, that's in my past. It was fun while it happened, and now I sell diamonds.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's great. Now, in the jewelry business, there's all kinds of jewelry. I mean, how old is a diamond?
Oh, geez, it goes back centuries. A diamond is formed thousands and thousands of years. It's a complete natural process that occurs when.
What makes it so valuable?
Well, what it is after a diamond is located,
Okay.
and mined from the ground, it's actually the way that it is cut and processed, and the fingerprint, if you will, it's the fingerprint of the diamond, the color and the clarity, and sometimes the size, according to some women.
That's it. Okay, so CCC, I always hear that.
Cut,
diamond.
clarity,
And color.
color.
Okay.
and carat weight.
Oh,
Actually,
and
it's
carat.
the 4 C's, yeah.
CCC, okay.
Yeah.
Because I have a
The 4 Cs.
CCC that I do. It's called City Commerce and Coffee.
Uh-huh.
And I get the business group together in the chamber and all that kind of stuff. But this sounds more interesting.
Oh, it is. It is. A lot of times I'll talk to my customers that come in and ask them if they understand the process on how a diamond is mined and
Really? You explain it?
Well, I don't explain it all.
Well, I know
but
you can't.
you know, I give a little story about it.
But to me, you know, when I'm shopping and the person will take a little time to explain a little of the background to me, that's gold to me or diamond to me because, you know, it makes me understand what I'm doing a little bit better.
Well, that's funny you say that because, again, in our studies, you know, when somebody comes into my store,
Okay.
I love to greet them with a smile and a handshake. I really do. I mean, and some people aren't really comfortable with that. They, you know, some people, you are.
Yeah, I'm
you know,
definitely comfortable with
you're a great guy, but, you know, some people aren't comfortable with that. But myself and my staff, we greet everybody with a smile and a handshake. And then as we go through the process, we actually take the time to discuss what's going on. A lot of customers are educated in what they are looking for, the quality of the diamond or the color, the carat weight, but some aren't.
Sure.
And so you don't want those people to feel like they're being taken advantage of. And sometimes when you don't know exactly what you're doing, you might have that feeling. And I make sure that we discuss every step of the way. And I have had so many customers just appreciate that so much that when they're leaving, they say that they're gonna refer me and how nice it is, and you know it's all lovey-dovey and everything like that. But we really try to go back to the good old customer service.
Well, it's funny because, first of all, I know all the policemen and all the firefighters are going to come and see you.
I hope. I hope. I sure hope.
You know, because they have that fraternity where they look out for each other and that
That's
sort
right.
of thing. And
So you guys come on. Everyone else come on.
This is
No,
tell
which
these
one?
guys.
That one?
Yeah, with the red light. Because, and I swear, when I came here 20 years ago, I was trying to figure out what city to live in. And that's what I always ask people. And I searched all these cities, and I swear Brunswick was like the friendliest city. And I'm, you know, my old life, I had furniture stores, and I was a customer service expert. And I'd walk into stores, and the stores here were just so nice and friendly. And I thought, I'd like to do business with these people, you know. And so knowing your personality from what I can ascertain so far, you're just going to fit in perfect, you know, in this community.
I sure hope so. And the feedback I've gotten so far, it sounds like it. And you're right. That's exactly the way I felt. When I was looking into this area and going around from business to business, which I did, just everyone was friendly. I've yet to have a bad customer. Everybody is so friendly, and they love talking about the city and how it's grown and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And it's great. It's great. I love being here. I love being here.
Well, we're working on that. Now, one of the complaints that I get is all this traffic on 303. I bet you hate all that traffic going right by the front of your store.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't hate it that bad.
No.
You know,
I didn't think so. Most of the retailers like, that's not a problem to me. I like that much
That's
traffic.
kind of a good bad thing.
Yeah.
It's a bittersweet. But no, it's fantastic. Every city has its main arteries and veins that travel through it. And so it's just going to promote economic growth, you know, with all the traffic going through it. And it's not necessarily such a bad thing. So no, I love it.
So when you're, I'm going to go out and shop for jewelry, what types of things would you have at your store that I could look at?
Well, we actually have a real large variety at reasonable prices. Having the experience I have, you know, we don't have to mark up that diamond so many hundreds of percent or anything.
Because you're not going to have the overhead that a mall store or
Yeah,
something would have.
yeah, I don't.
Okay.
And so I want to pass on the values. But, you know, we have bridal sets, engagement sets. We have anniversary rings. We have the men's diamond rings and the men's wedding band. We have diamond bracelets. We have the sterling silver. We have the gemstones, which not a lot of the stores have. I have loose gemstones that, you know.
So tell me what a gemstone is.
Your colored stones, for example.
Okay.
Let's say you probably are familiar with the top three: rubies, emeralds, sapphires.
Oh, yeah.
They're the colored stones. A lot of them represent birthstones, and those are real popular stones. And there aren't a lot of stores that have a collection of loose stones like I have. And
So you have loose. What do you do with the loose stones?
well, we have actually on site. We have a repair department. And leading that department is a 30-year master jeweler, and he's just phenomenal. He's great. And so we set all these stones in different settings.
So I can go in and pick out some stones that I really, really like, and then put them in a setting, like different types of settings?
Absolutely.
Like maybe earrings or a necklace or a ring?
That's right.
Okay.
We can customize your dream piece.
Oh, wow.
You know, if your wife or girlfriend or both or
I just have one right now. I actually have I tell people, I won the marriage lottery. I'm 19 years old, and I know nothing about women because I have, 5 brothers and no sisters. And I meet this girl, and I just think she would absolutely be a terrific wife. Wasn't ready to marry her yet, but I thought she'd be a good wife. Mm-hmm. And then somewhere along the line, she seemed to like me too, and so that was 41 years ago.
There you go.
And so I was right. I picked this girl, and she picked me, and it worked out really good. And we've bought each other diamonds and rubies over the years.
Mm-hmm. Well, she obviously probably has a favorite color. Mm-hmm. So you can take that color and make a really nice custom piece that would be unique to her and you, and it just makes it so much more personal. That we, as Quarters Jewelers, has that capability of doing for customers. So really
then,
nice.
other besides jewelry, what I think is jewelry is diamonds and rings and necklaces. Are there other types of things that you have there?
Well, we have a collection of, we'll go with the money clips, the cuffs, the cuff links.
Okay.
A few of those items, but primarily it is of the jewelry nature. Your rings, earrings, bracelets.
Okay.
We do have a nice collection. I'm sorry, it kind of skipped my mind, but we do have a really nice collection.